When my wife and I celebrated our 1 year anniversary, we went to see the musical Wicked on Broadway in New York City. But as an extra cherry on top of this amazing evening, we also got a backstage tour after the show where we got to see the magic behind how Elphaba defied gravity, and we got to meet Lindsay Mendez, who played Elphaba at the time, and we got to see her without that iconic green makeup. It was a very memorable evening because we got to take a look behind the curtain, and that's what I'm going to talk to you about today. Welcome to Podcast Workflows, where you get daily tips to improve your process, grow your show, and maybe even make some money. Each week, I also do a daily dive into the process of the world's most successful podcasters and reveal their tools, processes, and systems to help you simplify the production of your own show and reclaim hours in your day. You can improve your own podcast production process by seeing how the pros do it. I'm your host, Joe Casabona, and today we're going to talk about why you should do a behind the scenes episode. Don't you love getting a good peek behind the curtain? Everyone does. That's why Behind the Music was such a popular TV show for such a long time. That's why every major Disney Plus TV show has a making of documentary once the series ends. That's why I paid a little extra so that we could get a behind the scenes look at how Wicked was done on Broadway. It helps your listeners get a concrete look at how to do things, and by extension, how they can do things. Show them how you built a product, a service, or a process. Be detailed about it. It will prove that you think through your problems to find good solutions. And this is another trust builder. You have a podcast so that people learn to know, like, and trust you. There's no better way to develop trust than by actually showing them that you know how to do the thing you claim to do. As a bonus idea, you can use these episodes to build your list, your email list, that is. Maybe do a two-parter where listeners get the second part exclusively by joining your email list. Your behind-the-scenes podcast can be about how you've done anything in your work. Maybe it's a question that a listener or an email subscriber or somebody you met at a conference asked you. Turn that into a podcast episode. So now I want you to think about this. What is something interesting you've done that would make for a good behind the scenes episode? It could be anything from a blog post you wrote to a site you launched, or even how you make your podcast. That's it for this episode. Thanks so much for listening. If you want to get a behind the scenes look at everything I do, including current experiments that aren't public yet, you can become a member of the Podcast Foundry over at podcastworkflows.com/join. Or if you want to connect with me, you can do it on X, formerly Twitter, Threads, Instagram, TikTok, or LinkedIn. I am Jay Casabona on all of those things. Thanks so much for listening, and until next time, I can't wait to see what you make.